Hey guys, we got a treat today. We're going to be looking at some pedals, my amp setup, as well as the main event. Oh yeah, I did it. Anywho, no intro, let's just get right into it. So let's start out with this bass. It's a Peavey T40. It has all the accoutrements. Of course, the neck pickup has been changed by the previous owner. Don't know why. I have the original neck pickup. I tried buying some truss rod wrenches. Here they are. And none of these would fit. None of them seem to fit. So just let me know in the comments what sort of truss rod adjustment this takes, because I'm kind of baffled at that. I don't know what to do other than just buying a new wrench. Anywho, got the original Peavey tuners. So yeah, the nice big, huge tuners. First heavy duty Squier tuners that were really produced. The bridge is massive. Talk about a high mass bridge. You won't find much more bridges that are this weighty. And of course, the epic control layout of the Peavey T40. And yes, this phase inversion shift, or whatever it's called, changes the phase. It's actually kind of important to getting that old Rickenbacker and some of the Stingray sounds. Even Steinberger sounds. I won't go through the Steinberger because that's not really something I play. That's not a sound I like that much, but let's see if we can bring that down a bit. So I'm coming through my pedal board, and I'll just show that to you real quick without dropping my phone. And as you can see, we have, starting from here, the tuner that's cutting off the signal. That's going all the way up here to this looper. Then the looper is going into this Sonicake. I need to put Velcro on this as well as the tuner. And of course on the hush pedal. But anyway, it's going into the Sonicake Rock Stage, I think. I'm not sure. Rock Stage. Anywho, that's going into the Caline bass compressor, and then that's going to the Demonfx, and then the Demonfx is going to the bass equalizer by Behringer, and then that's going into the hush pedal, which is reversed. And of course you can't see it, but now you can. There's a bass DI. I just saw a tip from pedal board tinkerers that you could put a pedal on top of another pedal if there's no knobs or whatever. So that's what I did here. That's actually a DI, but it works pretty well. Anyway, I got the light glaring at you, so let's move over to the amps. Musicman 100B as always. This is just passing the signal through. You can turn it on, or you can put it so that's post EQ. I leave it on pre EQ now. I used to have it on post EQ. Here's my EQ setup. Just have a look at that, have a little gander at that. So that's currently on, actually. I didn't realize that. But yeah, going into this, there's a splitter cable, stereo splitter cable. Here it is. And I bought this at a flea market in Shrewsbury, I think. So yeah, Adamstown actually, or something like that. I don't remember. But yeah, I bought that cable, and it's been very useful. This can also use the line out for a headphone out. It has an XLR out, which works over the line out. But anyway, works instead of the line out, I should say. And then there's the 250 watt Hartke model HA 2500. It's got preamp on it, tube and MOSFET. Actually, this is the solid state. This is the tube, I think. Compression and a graphic equalizer, which was the main reason I bought it. And it has a contour just like the other amp you're about to see, and it has a master volume. This isn't currently on, but it's going into this Seismic audio speaker, 2x15, and look at that, there's horns, 2 horns on that. Let's see, what else is there? There's this cabinet by Carvin, and well, actually the speaker's by Carvin, and the cabinet is the K&K audio, and then this custom amp. So this is what's doing the bulk of the sound today, all of the sound actually. So we got a 5-band EQ. It's going into the hot, low shelf and high shelf, or whatever it is, low EQ and high EQ. It's got a master volume, no gain knobs or anything. It even has an effects loop, which I was just going through, but I decided to change it up in order to save a cable or use a cable in a different spot. It also has a direct out, but it doesn't have a ground lift, or at least I can't find the ground lift. And that's going into the Yamaha PA speaker there. I forget what it's called, the exact model number, but that's what I've been using. That was my first ever speaker. Then the K&K audio came in, then the custom came in, and then finally I got this Seismic audio PA speaker. So the only two that are really bass speakers are the K&K and the custom. So I think I spent enough time going through that. I'll just show you the settings for the custom amp, if you want to copy those. It's very mid-heavy. I love mids. They make up the sound, really fill it out. And of course, we'll go back to the pedal board and I'll show you that real quick. This is a new addition to the pedal board. I got it for 40 bucks, and I love it. It has reverb, delay, an amp, and chorus. Because I've been wanting some sort of flanger or chorus thing for a while now, and this fit the bill. It fit all the requirements except for flanger, but chorus is good enough. And of course, we got a tuner and all the other stuff. So let's just go through with the simplest sound. I'm going to turn off the hush noise reduction. Let me make sure I'm in tune. Sounds like I'm in tune. And it looks like it too. So we're currently in the bridge position. Single coil. Let's bring it into humbucker. Busses a little bit. Let's bring it. Hold on a second. Anywho, let's bring the phase switch in. Let's hit the phase switch. Brings in a little bass. Mid-range and low mid-range as well. With this phase switch disengage, it has a little bit less, a little bit more lows, less mid-range. And then if we bring it into single coil mode, oh, I'm down to 6. Let's go back to 8. Wait, no. So it's sort of like a Rickenbacker bridge pickup. Single coil mode. Let's bring it into phase inversion. So it's sort of like a jazz bridge pickup, like the 70s style. So yeah, we get those two tones from the bridge pickup for the single coil as well as the humbucker. I think I showed the humbucker off. So let's do the neck pickup. It's got a lot more low end, obviously. So there's the neck pickup. You can't use any phase inversion on that. Let's go to humbucker mode on the neck pickup. Just make sure it's... So this is sort of the EBO sort of sound. Without any EQ or anything from the pedal board, just the sound of the bass. Let's take the tone all the way down. So there's that. Let's go in the middle. Now in the middle you get a ton of settings. Let's start out with both in single coil. So it's sort of like a 4003. Get the 4001 sound by flipping the phase switch. A lot more mid content, less booty. Alright, so that's two tones. Let's go to humbucker on the neck pickup. Pickups, neck and humbucker. Alright. Bridge and humbucker, neck and single coil. that. Let's try that. Let's put both in humbucker mode. Alright, let's invert the phase. So sort of a Hofner tone. I don't think I showed off the bridge pickup too much, so let's go back to the bridge pickup. Just show off the semi-stingray tones. Let's go phase invert. Let's put in the neck pickup single coil. So a similar tone to a Lakeland. I think that's what it's trying to emulate. I don't even know if Lakeland was around back then. This bass was made around the end of the 70s, early 80s. Good tones. I've strung it up with these cobalt strings. They really sound good. Worth the upgrade. I should have picked a heavier gauge if I wanted the neck to be right, but all I have to do when sitting down is to just press into the neck a bit, and you know, when I'm playing, if I have the strap on, I just press into it and it doesn't buzz nearly as much. Of course, it's making it a little flatter, but with bass, flat is better than sharp. That's what I've heard from Warren Hewart, and I stand by it. Because sharp bass, when everything else is not sharp, can sound ugly. I mean, flat's bad enough. Usually for singers, you want the singer to be a little sharp, not flat. Flat's ugly, sharp is bad. Let's go through the pedals. I'm gonna play my favorite position. Let's see. Yep. strings are new. They're about 2 weeks old, but I don't play it all the time. There are other basses. Let's add in distortion. Try to drive. Alright, let's add in some compression. Let's bring in the Sonicake. So here's the reverb. Just a little touch. Add in some delay. Just a little bite, you know. Adds a little bit of a bite on the end of that or whatever. Anywho, rock amp. Let's turn that on. Brings out the character, brings out treble, especially with the Demonfx. Let's turn off that. Ooh. Actually, the Demonfx dirties it up a bit, so let's bring that back in. Makes it a little bit more pleasant. Actually, there's more, but let's add in the equalizer. Sounds really nice. Now if we engage the hum thing, hush the pedal. It cuts all the highs. All that, you know, so But if you want that, you know, you leave that off. Most obvious thing ever. Anywho, next I'm going to switch basses. So let me do that real quick. Let's see what we got in my wheelhouse. In the wheelhouse we have the Mitchell, the Squier. I'm going with the Squier. This jazz bass is heavier than the Peavey T40. This ash body's like way heavy. Probably why it was for sale. Just by itself with the hardware. Just with the hardware and no neck. Thank you. Strings are dead, way more dead on this. I'm using this at church this week. I hope it does what it needs to do. And that's with the treble down. Switch in the middle. That sounds weird. That's dead. Treble off. You can hardly tell. My ears aren't good enough to perceive that. Let's turn off everything and figure out a good EQ for this. It must have been the raw cam doing it. So the strings have not that much sustain. Then again, these strings are old. So the preamp I got on this bass is a audere, and it has 4 bands, volume for each pickup, and then the Z switch, which allows you to go between a more low end, and then a more scoop EQ. And you can adjust that. I was having problems taking these dimarzios and putting them in here. All I needed to do was switch one of the wires, and it finally worked. Because before I was getting an out of phase sound. So it was out of phase and it didn't sound that great. So the main modifications to this are the preamp, pickups, and bridge. No upgrades to the tuners. This is a neck that came off. If you can see it in the corner right there, there's a body that has been heavily modified, and that's where this neck came from. And just to show you one more thing, this is an eBay neck that I would put on this body. I couldn't shave this down enough, So I had to clamp it into the body in order to get it to fit. Bad mistake. Real big mistake. Nut is just cheap as plastic. The tuners just don't do it for me. 3 of them are different from the E, so it needed a string tree. So I'm probably going to take this bass and this neck and shave it down. It's a P bass width. It said on the website it was a jazz width, but it turned out to be P bass width. So it needs new tuners, which I can get from AliExpress. I'm going to buy some, eventually I'll buy some Wilkinsons for this, and I'll shave down the neck to be more of a jazz width. Either that or I'll leave it and sand it down a little bit. I'm going to put this on the jazz bass over there. So the only thing that really needs to be done is tuners need to be replaced, and this part of the neck down here, the heel, needs to be shaved down with some sandpaper. Really shaved down, that way it can fit in the pocket, because it couldn't fit in the pocket with before, where it barely just did. So it just barely fit in there. So it just needs like a 64th taken off in total on each side. On each side it would equal a 64th, maybe less. You know, take a 1/28 off, and yeah, I could do that with some sandpaper. But it's a heavy neck. It's a really heavy neck. So I'm gonna have to figure out tuner solutions for that. I just thought I'd show you that. Let's get rid of that. Let's take the treble off that. I'm doing a million things at once right now. But anyway, this is the other bass. Here's the mids up. You can really get it to honk. That's the low mids up. Treble up. Bass up. Similar to the low mids, but just adds a little bit more a little bit more bottom. So if I took that off the bass, the low mids are carrying. I forgot to mention earlier that the cabinet sim is on the Sonicake. Let's take that down. More of the Marcus tone, especially if I scoop some of that mid-range. Continues to play something completely not Marcus. should clean that up a bit. I think that's a Chili Pepper song. Leave out some notes for extra funk. Add in some dead notes. So this is my 70s jazz, and it does really well. Taking this to church this week, like I said. I might have to cut the treble. Delay on. So let's deactivate. Bring in the rock amp. Chorus. Take down both the treble and the high mids. fact, all the strings sound kind of dead. Anywho, I should show one more thing. My low mids were down a little bit. Here, let's hit the switch and put it on. High mode. So this is the cheapest and only pedal board I've ever made, and I do have a Sonicake Boom Avenue at church that I use, so that would probably add into it. But the Boom Avenue was 100. The Sonicake, is that Rock Stage? I don't know what that says. Yeah, Rock Stage was 40, which is a real steal. The bass compressor by Caline, the pressure point, was 40. The Demonfx was 75. The equalizer, which I bought twice, I sold it a while back and then I bought another one. They're about 30, maybe 40 bucks. So 40, 80, 40, 120, 2 plus 7, 190. Let's just call that 200. So right there with those 4 pedals, that's 200. Plus another, 15, 115 with the tuner. The looper is 30. So 115 plus 30 is 145, and then another 75 for the it might have been actually around 50. So for the DI, I bought that along with a mic stand for drum kit. For like a bass drum for 75 bucks. So I guess the actual pedal would be around 40. So 200 something. And then of course the actual pedal board and power supply. That is, the power supply was another 30. So 220, 210, 240, 240, plus another 30 for the actual, actually it must have been 40, 70, so let's just make sure I have my math right. 270 for everything, not including the not including the Boom Avenue. But with the Boom Avenue, that would be 370. So yeah, that's a huge pedal board with a bunch of stuff on it. This church pedal I didn't pay for, so it's on loan. But yeah, 370 for everything, not including the church pedal. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed this very long video where I went through two basses and showed off the amps and everything. I hope I gave you a more in-depth view of what I have currently. There's more on the way eventually. As time rolls on, I'll be getting other stuff. So I'll just show you at the end of this video. I'm going to show you. This is the end, and I'm going to show you the other bass. The two other basses I own. A Mitchell, which is this one. It has a volume knob from a preamp on it. Tone Monster volume knob. And it hums like crazy, so I'm probably going to get rid of it. I'll have to, maybe I'll shield it, do something with it. But that's that bass. I got a Harley Benton on the way. So the Harley Benton with the Musicman and reverse P pickup. Similar to that other bass, but a little bit more bang for your buck. Well, actually, no, because the Mitchell was 150. This other bass is twice that. Finally, the 6-string Ibanez SR606E. That's been one of my main basses. I've got it down to about 3/64 action at the 24th fret. No battery in it. I'm just using the switch as a kill switch. So, yeah. Anyway, leave a like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell if you can. I always forget to mention the bell. If you would ring the bell, that would be great. And stay tuned until next time. I'm out. Bye.